Hi, and welcome to Raising LGBT Families. I'm Tiffany, and this is April, and we're doing our weekly Monday video. And this week is
I'm just so excited to talk about it.
I am too. I think there's a lot of information out there, and we just wanted to take just a little bit of it and kind of share it with you, and hopefully this will inspire you guys to do a little bit more research and hopefully adopt in your future. April, you want to take it away?
I do. All right, so we have a lot of information for you guys today, and I apologize if I'm looking away. We're definitely gathered so much information that we are going to be reading it actually from the websites itself to give you guys more information and accurate information. So per adoptuskids.org, qualifications to actually to foster or adopt. You know, there's obviously a lot of information. So here we go. You have to be an adult, legal resident of your state. It looks like right here we have information on our specific state, which is Arizona. You can be singled, married, divorced, or widowed. None of those will disqualify you, so you don't have to be married, which a lot of people is a common thing to know. You also have to meet minimum age requirements, 21 to foster and 18 to adopt. You must own or rent your home or apartment.
Absolutely. I definitely don't think that that's a lot of like guidelines you have to hit. You have to be old enough and you have to be a resident, pretty much. I also found on here that basically adopting through the foster care system is typically pretty cheap, or relatively inexpensive, or even free. Adopting through an actual agency could be up to $40,000 for the adoption. But if you're adopting through the foster care system, that's when it's usually pretty inexpensive or even cheap. Of course, the price to adopt doesn't necessarily mean $40,000. It just kind of depends on the age that you're adopting, the location, that type of thing. There are different types of adoptions. There is through like a private adoption through your agency. For example, if a mom were to have their baby and they decide they are not ready to be a mother yet, and so they put their child up for adoption. Or you could adopt through the foster care system, where because of some circumstance the child was removed from their home, they go into the foster care system. You can either just foster them and take care of them until they maybe return back home or go up for adoption, or you can adopt them through the foster care system. So if there are children that have been being in a foster home for a while and they're actually not going to be going back home to their families, they would go up for adoption. You could adopt from there. There is subsidies, and there is a lot of information, and there's a big support group as well going through that route. So we have gathered some information about that, and according to the same website, www.adoptuskids.org, I have a list of common myths about adopting from foster care. I think because foster care is such an open thing that not everybody knows about, there's a lot of myths. For example, you have to have a lot of money and own your own home to adopt from foster care system, which is not true. You don't have to have a lot of money. You have to just be able to pay your bills, and you can either rent or you can own. All children in the foster care have special needs and require special education.
Not true.
That is definitely not true. Some kids are removed because of other reasons. The parents maybe weren't ready to be parents, or different circumstances going on in the home. It's not always, or I wouldn't say it's the child's fault, so they don't always have a special need. They're typically normal kids you see running around in the park.
They just need love.
Absolutely. Each child has to have a room of their own. They do not. They can actually share.
Interesting fact.
Absolutely. And you can't adopt a child or sibling group from another state, which is also not true. You can adopt from other states. And if you go online, you can actually see photo listings of children from other states. A birth parent or another relative can take an adopted child back. Once an adoption is gone through, the adoption is final. Nobody's able to come back. The judges rule on it, and they're completely in your custody. The other one I have is according to HRC.com, the Human Rights Campaign. If you're not able to do a second parent adoption in your state for same-sex couples, they actually have some information on there. and they recommend doing a co-parenting agreement or custody agreement. So it helps in the event of a breakup or a major life change. On the website, they do have a whole list of things to include in your agreement. There is that, unfortunate thing called, a ban on like same-sex marriage and adoptions and things like that. So a lot of people are doing just co-parenting, and they just kind of maybe recommend doing like agreements and things like that, so that everybody's on the same page.
Also, there are gay adoption state laws. As most of you are probably aware, you're probably wondering which states allow for gay adoptions to happen. So we do have a list of states on that we also found per Lifelong Adoptions website. And the states are obviously made by case basis on a judge. Mm-hmm. However, there are 16 states that we definitely know about, and they do allow joint gay adoptions.
Awesome.
Oh. That's awesome. Yes. Okay. It's actually Arkansas, California, Colorado, Connecticut, DC, Illinois, Indiana, Iowa, Maine, Massachusetts, Nevada, New Hampshire, New Jersey, New York, Oregon, Vermont, and Washington. So those are the 16 awesome states that do currently allow it. And we will find out in the future if there are more states added onto that list. It looks like that website might not have been updated in a while. Also, other states allowed second parent adoption. By law, the second parent adoption is when one person adopts a child of his partner. These states include Arkansas, California, Colorado, Connecticut, DC, Illinois, Massachusetts, New Jersey, New York, Pennsylvania, Vermont. And also other people have successfully done second parent adoptions in the following states as well. And again, these are case by case, so everyone's case is different. And per this website, which again is Lifelong Adoptions, is Alabama, Alaska, Delaware, Hawaii, Iowa, Louisiana, Maryland, Minnesota, Nevada, New Hampshire, New Mexico, North Carolina, Oregon, Rhode Island, Texas, and Washington are all included. From what we're finding out, it seems like the most restrictive states per the website is Mississippi and Utah, where same-sex couples cannot legally adopt at all. So also back a while ago, gay people in Florida used to not be able to adopt jointly or singly, but Florida district has ruled that they are allowed now. So again, this information's per Lifelong Adoptions. We also want to let you guys know, check out adoptuskids.org. It has a lot
great website.
Very great
There's
website.
A lot of resources on there, a lot of information.
Mm-hmm. And there's also resources for LGBT families for help and support for adoption. You can call 888-200-4005, or you can also email if you don't feel like calling someone and talking to someone. I know that can be time consuming, so if you have time, you can also email them at adoptuskids.org. Let me re-clarify that. That is lgbtsupport@adoptuskids.org. They also have maps and other resources on their website. It includes maps and laws for each state in regards to LGBT adopting as well.
A list of some of the agencies. There are so many agencies in Phoenix, but I know that we had one of our viewers request a list of some of them, and some of them is ASK. It's the Aid to Adoption of Special Kid. I personally have went and actually spoke to some of those, workers or representatives of that organization, and they are fantastic. Definitely one of my first questions was like, are you guys gay and lesbian friendly? Like, I'm not going to sit there orientation if you're not. So they are. Yeah, there's actually like news articles of like, a lot of gay families adopting from them, and they're definitely gay and lesbian friendly. Just from my own experience. A GAPE adoption agency, Christian Family Care Agency, ABC Infant Adoption, and New Leaf, Arizona Baptist Children's Services. If you Google, adoption agencies in your area, you can find a more extensive list. Also, I definitely recommend Googling as well, like foster to adopt, where you can foster and then adopt when they come up available. Just find out some more information. There's so much information there's not enough time to go over all of it.
Lots of videos.
Absolutely. I think that's it on the adoption. We actually do weekly videos. We are at www.facebook.com/raising LGBT families. We We're just friends. We've been, friends for a long time. We decided to start this to provide information for LGBT families, all families actually. So tune in every Monday.
And look forward to seeing a new video every Monday afternoon, and we look forward to producing more information for you guys.
Feel free to check us out and leave us comments or any questions you may have. We're here for you.
Bye.
Bye.